Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks for returning. Hello. If you're new, we are going to do the 1010 portal, but there's a lot of astrology going on with it, so please bear with me. It might be a long one. I'm hoping to get this done quickly so I can get it uploaded sometime before the morning. Hey, careful. Hi, Huey. Say hi, Huey. Okay, so today, well, not today, but for the 1010 portal, because right now I'm recording this on the 7th, hoping to get it out tonight. Um, We have Mars in Gemini in opposition to the moon in Sagittarius. And then we've got Chiron in Pisces in opposition to the sun and Mercury. The sun being, this is sidereal. This is for sidereal. I will post that in the description or in the title. I will post that. This is for sidereal 1010 portal. Okay. Chiron is 27 degrees Pisces in opposition to the Sun, 23 degrees Virgo, and Mercury at 1 degree Libra. There's also a big, like, opposition in squares and stuff. I'm not going to go into that one because that has like 4 different planets. And briefly, I'll just say it's the Sun at 23 degrees Virgo squared the Moon at 22 degrees Sagittarius, that's squaring Chiron at 27 degrees Pisces. Chiron squaring Mars at 25 degrees Gemini, and Mars is squaring the Sun at 23 degrees Virgo. Okay, I'm not going to go in. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. And we'll go into that one, but I do want to get to the tarot about this and not just the astrology. So I'm going to cut the square out and we're just going to do the oppositions, okay? So first we'll do moon opposing Mars. Now the moon is our emotional needs and Mars is actions. So in this case, with the moon in Sagittarius, is an internal emotional desire for a change of scenery, okay? Sagittarius is the traveler, the wanderer. He is the energy of burning it all down and walking away. Sagittarius needs stimulation and movement, inspiration. Sagi's energy is the embodiment of wandering, okay? Wandering minds, wandering heart, wandering thoughts, wandering feet, wandering hands, wandering eyes, wandering hearts. You got to keep things moving. Sagittarius is Papa was a rolling stone. And rolling stones gather no moss, things like that. Bring me the horizon. Gemini is adaptable, impulsive, and social and communicative and curious. And with Mars there, this mental performance is enlivened. This can be, but like Mars energy is very it's not just passionate, but it can be impulsive. Okay, so this can be like speaking too soon, or it can be like being too quick to be defensive. Remember, Gemini is very young. It's the youngest air sign. It's just getting its voice, but it's using it very, very passionately. Um, so with Gemini being the twins, they're always of 2 minds, okay? I always make the joke that if somebody has a lot of Gemini in their chart, like okay, just for an example, I saw a chart where one it was between 2 Geminis trying to be in a relationship, and one had like 3 placements in Gemini, and one had 4 placements in Gemini. And I was like, that's like 14 people in this relationship, and none of you will shut the fuck up. So, Gemini energy is very talkative, very expressive, and it processes intellectually very quickly. But with Mars here, like I said, this might be being too quick to be defensive, possibly lashing out before all the information is known. It could be jumping the gun or jumping to conclusions, especially around integrating foreign information. That's Sagittarius. Then remember, it's in opposition to the moon in Sagittarius. The moon is wanting to explore new things. And with Mars in Gemini, this could be jumping to conclusions, especially around integrating foreign information, instruction, propaganda, guidance, or education. Learning something new might not sit well. They might be in there, feeling some way about it. Next, we have South Node, North Node, Virgo, Pisces. I'm gonna address this with this time. This takes a long time because this South Node North Node dynamic lasts for like a year or so. So we're going to talk about it. I'm glad to get to address this topic because when I was contemplating this relationship, it emphasized their respective cards in the tarot. Now, I had long been describing Virgo's card, the Hermit, as the opposite of the Hanged Man. And it just like within the last couple months occurred to me that they're opposites because they're opposites in the zodiac. Um, Virgo is the direct opposite of Pisces. And I thought, oh my, I thought I was so clever. Like nobody's, I'm, my God, who else figured this out? That's my Leo moon. It's very self-centered sometimes, but there are several antipodal combinations that correspond to the astrology, so it shouldn't surprise me, as above, so below, but it did. As an example, Aries is represented by the Emperor, and its opposite is Libra. And in tarot, Libra is represented not only by justice, but by the Empress. Okay? The Empress also embodies Taurus by nature of being Venus in her Earth Mother energy, the bringer of abundance, the growth persona. Taurus's direct opposite is Scorpio, an expression of death. So Capricorn, in the energy of the devil, is restriction and obstacles, obligations, and codependence. And its opposite is Cancer as the chariot, which is emotional freedom, movement, and flexibility. One more, there's Leo in the Lion of Strength, the Strength card being tamed and directed by some gentle, soft, calm, feminine being. That same feminine figure is in Aquarius as the Star, the card that redirects our passions towards our goals. So I love that I've been able to start exploring the opposites in the major arcana. I'm loving this. So South Node Virgo, South Node Virgo, North Node Pisces. This as the Hermit opposite the Hanged Man. Both explore the interior of ourselves. The Virgo explores the mind, and Pisces explores the psyche. The Hermit examines logic, reality, and reason. The Hanged Man contemplates intuition, gut feelings, the input received through sensation, psychic perception. This is evidence and reality versus feels and imagination. South Node is where the soul is coming from, and North Node is where it's going. So, we, to varying degrees in the collective, are doing some work regarding deciding who we are as spiritual beings. Virgo represents the Vestal Virgin, the willing servant, sworn to live apart from others in service of the temple and the God that they chose. But it's less about the God and more about the dedication. Whom do we serve? Pisces is spirituality without dogma. It's religion without doctrine. A relationship with God outside the parameters written by man. Some think that Jesus was a Pisces. He was spiritually elevated with a deep personal relationship with God that functioned outside the precepts of religion that had been followed before. That's why he became seen as such an enemy of the religion and the state. His religion was personal. internal, and fed directly from source. That is the essence of Pisces, being fed directly from source. So it's as opposed to literally in opposition to Virgo, which is blind dedication and service to an establishment, simply because it's the ruling doctrine that we know. Okay. Unfortunately, mucking up the energy of this South Node, North Node inner work, we have Chiron in Pisces. A Chiron is the wounded healer. He represents an energy to an area of an injury. He represents an injury to an area of our psyche that we didn't do to ourselves and then never seems to heal. So not only are we being called to leave behind blind service to religion that fulfills no connection and open up to spirituality without doctrine, but now we have a detriment in the area of our psyche that can open up to God. One aspect of Chiron is that we can heal ourselves by releasing and healing others. This is this astrological dynamic means we won't be released from these old religious chains until we release others in our own minds. But so many right now are functioning in an energy of, quote, it was good enough for me. That's how I was raised. That's how it should be for everyone. It's been this way my whole life. Why should anyone be any different or any other way? They're wrong. And unfortunately, that's not very Christ-like. Okay, so we're going to get to the tarot. Let's remember that not all messages will resonate for every person. So leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind. It might make sense at a later time. You're all at different points in your timelines. Like I say, I can read the script, but I cannot tell you what character you all individually play or where you may position yourself on the stage, okay? So I laid out the first light tarot, 3 cards. I wanted to make this a little bit short so I can get this uploaded quickly. We dropped a card for the recent past, a card called Conspiracy. It's talking about what has been hidden or what has been told to you that is not really truth will be revealed. And then we have a card for the outcome. This actually dropped really interestingly because here in the recent past we dropped Temperance and the 3 of Cups reversed. Then on the Conspiracy card we dropped the 9 of Wands and the Lovers. On the outcome, we've got the two of coins reversed and the 9 of swords. The thing that intrigues me the most is that at the 2 different ends of this top position, we've got here in the recent past, the first card that dropped was Temperance. That's Sagittarius energy. That's where the moon is right now. The card on Conspiracy we dropped is the Lovers. That's Gemini. That's where Mars is right now. So we actually have cards indicating what I was just talking about that's happening in the sky. The opposition between Mars and Sagittarius, or the moon in Sagittarius and Mars in Gemini. It's right here. So here in the recent past, we have Temperance and the 3 of Cups reversed. This Temperance card from the Tarot of the Divine is, he's one of the Bodhisattvas. I cannot for the life of me pronounce this word. Avalokitesvara. It's one of the avatars of like the Buddha, I believe. But this card particular is in the feminine form, and the feminine form I believe is an avatar of Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion. In this form she's got was it 1,000? I think it was 1,000. She's got a bunch of arms, and it's because she wanted to reach out to everyone that she saw who was suffering. But when she reached out, her 2 arms exploded because she could not reach out to everyone. So the creator and the creator being took her arms and made them multitudes so that she could reach out to everyone. In this form, she's in the Temperance card, which means that she is holding many things that she's integrating and um, combining. This as temperance card is integrating forces to combine different I want to say solutions. And that's interesting because in chemicals, when you dissolve things in water, it's called solution, right? So this is like mixing things that you would not think could work together. And you have to find a balance between dynamics, between energies, between ingredients, between different things, and you have to meld them. It's melding, it's mixing, it's alchemizing. The card in the Rider-Waite is like an angelic being, and they've got two cups and they're mixing the waters of source, but they're trying to get the solution just right. And that's Sagittarius energy. In the recent past, there was, I guess, an opportunity to integrate some things that were, I want to say, opposites. Because over here we've got Gemini, the lovers, which is a choice. Remember, Gemini energy is very expressive, but they're mainly expressing between themselves. So Gemini representing the twins in Greek mythology, Castor and Pollux. In the imagery, the twin aspect of Gemini is the two sides of themselves. So when it comes out in the card of the lovers, it's this the choice between two sides of themselves. And when you choose a lover, it's a lot of times you're choosing somebody who complements the other side of you, who challenges a side of you, who completes a side of you, who balances a side of you. It's very having to do with how you relate to this other person. That's very Gemini energy. Here in the Temperance card, it's balancing all those different little aspects of that relationship in order to make it work, in order to integrate it into the self. That's that Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius really needs input. It needs experiences, it needs knowledge, it needs tastes, it needs sights, it needs ideas, it needs freedom, it needs to feel the wind, it needs to feel alone, it needs to feel around other people. It just has to experience things, right? And then it has to integrate that. How do I feel about all of these little pieces that I've experienced? Do I want to keep that? Do I want that to become part of me? Do I want to keep that in my mind, in my work? Do I want to integrate that? You know what I mean? So here in the recent past with Temperance and the Three of Cups reversed, there was something in the collective, in your collective, in the surrounding people by your side. Three of Cups is celebrating with the people around you. It's like celebrating with the community. It's the squad, it's the friend group, it's your support system. And this now here is in reverse. So there had to be some kind of upheaval in the support system that you had to recalibrate. That's another word that I like to use with Sagittarius temperance energy is recalibrating, right? So in the conspiracy, this has something to do with hidden truths will be revealed. Now, what is a conspiracy? It's something that's in the secret. It's hidden. It's not everybody's not privy to it. So there was something in the background that was not as you thought it was. And it's not just that it's not just that your assessment of it was wrong, it's that the information that you were given was wrong. This may have something to do with that Three of Cups in reverse. There was something in the support system that they weren't being truthful about. Okay? You've got the Nine of Wands and the Lovers. So this actually could have put an end to a cycle of a relationship. The Nine of Wands, also called the Wounded Warrior, it's just a tired person who has been through a lot, okay? The nine comes after the eight. The eight of wands was an action that had been taken. There was some communication, there was some movement, there was some fire lit under somebody's ass, and something changed. Those eight wands came flying in. Dunk, 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 dunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dunk. One more. And then what you do with that information, what you do with those eight wands is, in the nine, you have set up a boundary. You have set those eight wands as a fence. There is now it's now that time, that life and this life. There is that over there behind the fence that you're not going back to, and nothing on that side of the fence is coming to you. That is how do I put this? That is a clear delineation of before time and now. Okay, so there is something here that has a, 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 a chapter is closed. Okay, that fence has been put up, and you're now on the other side, Nine of Wands, on your knees, humbled, resting, panting, catching your breath, tired, spent, broke, sick, resting on that one wand, that one piece of vitality that you have left. Okay? Now, I would say some in the collective this was the ending of a relationship. Some in the collective this was an ending to the something that you held as true in yourself, okay? The lovers is a choice, and it's a choice of something that you love. It's a choice of accepting something to be in a relationship with. It's not always another person, it's not always a relationship with another person, because Gemini is not relating with other people yet. They're still trying to they're still trying to integrate how they relate to themselves. It's when you get to Libra that the air sign starts to relate to other people outside of itself. Here in the outcome, we've got the Two of Coins reversed. I don't know what this story is. I forgot to look it up. And the Nine of Swords. So the Two of Coins, this again is a choice. This is Taurus energy, I believe. This is not just balancing between two possibilities. Like, you're not just juggling two physical things. It's like this or that or there or here, them or me. The key to the Two of Coins is that you're juggling because you need to balance the two, not make a choice between the two. Okay? Jugglers don't make a choice of which one they're going to hang on to. They're trying to balance the two so that they don't fall. All right? Um this is in reverse, so this is something where it's I heard the word suspended. I heard a decision is going to be suspended because you're in the Nine of Swords about this. This is a way staying up at night, worry. Sword energy is mental energy, so you're really in this mental state of anguish. Okay, these are doubts, these are fears, these are the whisperings of other people, these are expectations, these are all that mental, the lies there that you tell yourself, their fears and doubts. There's information here, but it's conflicting information because all these swords are just all over the place. This person is up. Oh, look. Okay, we've got the owl twice. This person is up late at night, not only in a nightmare, but she's like talking to this owl. An owl, as a bird, is a messenger. And here in the oracle card we've got, which I'll get to, we've got the wise one here. She has an owl on her shoulder. owls bring messages from the divine. That's what I was trying to get to. The wise one, she has an owl on her shoulder and a raven in her arms. Now, the owls bring messages from the divine, ravens take messages to the divine. So here she is in the Nine of Swords, up at night with nightmares under this crescent moon, which we are now in a crescent moon in Sagittarius, I believe, in Scorpio. I think the moon is in Scorpio right now. By 10:10 it'll be in Sagittarius. But we're under the crescent moon. We're up with nightmares, anxiety, and she's talking to the owl. Maybe she's not talking directly to him, but there's some kind of psychic exchange here between her and this owl, and the owl will take that message back to the divine. These are fears, and I heard prayers, because there needs to be balance. Something is out of balance here with this Two of Coins. Coins is earth energy. It's the only element in the tarot that's actually tangible. So something that was supposed to pan out and be, I heard, in my hand, is suspended. There may be delay here. I don't think that whatever this is has, it's just delayed. And because of that, there's anxiety here. I'm going to say this is about this Lover's card. Maybe somebody chose, there was something about a relationship, and now it's suspended, and it's causing a lot of stress. But I mean, it's here in the recent past with Temperance. I feel like there was a lot of not bad manipulating. That's what I want to say. There was manipulating here in order to bring this about, but it wasn't negative. It wasn't conniving. It wasn't malicious um manipulating. It was more like, I gotta make sure, I gotta make sure these loose ends are tied up. I gotta make sure that I'm ready for this. I gotta make sure, it's just kind of integrating a bunch of things so that there was the ending of something that was burdensome, and then the choice could be made here with this Lovers. But this conspiracy card is telling me that there was something hidden that had to be revealed. Once that conspiracy came out, once this truth came out, now the choices that you were the choices that you were juggling are now upside down and suspended, delayed, and somebody's in an energy of stress and anxiety about it. Okay? Um, I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please leave a like, a comment, share, subscribe. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. Hit down in the description, you'll find my email. I'm now opened up for personal readings. We can do a video chat. We can do it by email. We can do a reading, like I can record one like this. And I can post it to Facebook as a private link that only you would receive. I'm also doing birth chart inquiries. I'm not doing full birth reports because those take way too long. I do everything by hand. I don't just like I use a program to calculate the chart, but every single interpretation I do by hand. So those get way too intricate and way too long, and it's time consuming, and I just don't offer full reports anymore. However, I do offer one or two question birth chart inquiries where we can like talk live, and I can look through your chart and answer questions, and we can talk about it. Or I can just do a quick write up of one aspect or two, and a tarot reading, and all those services I have offered for one flat price of $40. So you can go in the description below the video. You can find my email, my Venmo, and my Cash App, and you can connect with me to get a reading. Or if you like the message that you're receiving, you can drop me a little donation in one of those. That will help keep the channel going. So let's move on to the oracle messages. We've got ancestors and angels oracle messages here. The first one we got was the wise one. I love when I get to this stage because this is where the messages actually start to come together and we can make more sense of it. So we've got the wise one here. Grow within your current situation. Okay. I feel like that has to do with this temperance energy. I feel like they're wanting you to sit still for a minute and integrate some things that you might not have seen coming. Remember, I was talking about in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, you might be jumping the gun, you might be um, jumping to conclusions, you might mouth off before you know all of the information. I know when the moon is in Gemini, not Mars, but when the moon is in Gemini, I tend to be really quick with the mouth, right? But with Mars in Gemini, this could actually be like temper tantrums, fighting, arguing. You want to get your point across whether they understand you or not. And with the moon in Sagittarius, it's like, hold on, we need to balance here. I want to hear you, but you need to hear me too. There are things that we need to take into consideration and put in the mix so that we understand things. So the wise one is saying, grow within your situation. How do I want to set this? I'm going to put this. Oh, darn it. I can't hold it up, so I'm just going to have to. Because I need the light. I need the light from my phone to read it because it's so dim here. Okay, let's try this. Grow within your current situation. It says knuckle down, be reliable and committed, but be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't jive very well with this. I'll explain why in a minute. But I don't actually jive very well with the wise one card. It just seems very, I don't know. I'm rebellious sometimes and this seems very, respect your elders kind of energy. It says the wisdom of the wise one based on something that the younger generation is often lacking, commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored and overwhelmed. That's that Sagittarius energy. I'm bored. But persevere. You're being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Whatever, right? Like I have strong Sagittarius. I have Sagittarius North Node and I have Sun and Stellium in the ninth house, which is ruled by Sagittarius. I get the itchies. I get ants in my pants. I get that I need something different. I need something more. I want to trade you for this person. I just need input. It's like I said, you get itchy and you want to experience something. There have been several times in my life, and it's always, I think, centered around when Saturn comes around, where I just want to nuke everything and walk away from the rubble, right? I don't because I have too much. I'm Capricorn rising, so there's responsibilities. So that's the wise one coming in. Next, we have the stag energy. It says trust and thrive. Again, thriving. Okay, let's see. What does this say? We've got come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. It says you have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, your strength and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you're willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence And their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. Okay, that's that Gemini energy. Very good for you, Gemini. Especially with this Mars there, leading to jumping to conclusions. With stag energy, it keeps away anything that could interfere with your intelligence or your agility in thinking. That's very good. You're being encouraged to retain your dignity. Keep a rein on that Mars temper energy and be proud of who you are and that you all that you've accomplished. Okay. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. That's really good. So that's what we have for the 1010 portal. It is a new moon. Well, no, we're coming out of the new moon. So now would be a good time to start thinking about what you would like to manifest in the new cycle, okay? I always say try not to manifest or do any manifesting work during the new moon. The new moon is the dark moon, and um it's been described, especially in the witchy circles, in the magic circles, that it's like the cycle time of the goddess. So try not to bother her. Like, do you want to be bothered when you're on your period? No. You're like, no, the kids can have sandwiches for dinner and, I need a break. So while the goddess is in her cycle, the dark moon, the new moon, don't ask her for anything. So I always give it like 3 days on either side of the new moon before you start manifesting. But now that we are going to be going into the waxing crescent for Sagittarius, we can start doing our manifestation works this week. Okay? So I hope this resonated, you guys. You can find my information down in the description. Oh, wait. Let's see. What are we at? We're at 37 minutes. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Let's do some other oracle. Ooh, pay no attention to the shoulder. So let's see. We're gonna do the theme deck, and we're gonna get a few more messages. I'm making good time. I wanted to move it quickly. Maybe let's do a summary here. In the recent past, there was some juggling. Okay, there was some rearranging of the Three of Cups, which is the support system, the friends. Now we've got this in reverse, which feels to me like there could have been some betrayal. There could have been some information that came out that had to be integrated. Okay, um, that's in the recent past. Then the conspiracy card, which is something came to light that what it says hidden truth will be revealed, but it also says what you hide will eat at you. And here we had the Nine of Wands, which is the ending of a tough cycle, and the Lovers. So it feels like somebody had to end a relationship in order to choose another one. Okay? I That's kind of what I see, but the outcome, I'm going to get a couple more cards on that. We have time, right? The outcome here is the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Swords. So something didn't pan out like somebody had hoped. But I don't feel like this is an ending. I feel like it's a delay. So I feel like this Gemini energy of jumping the gun, right? And you had to rearrange something, you cut something else out, and you had to reintegrate something in order to end it so that you could choose something that your heart was really into. That's the Lover's card. You chose something that you really could connect to, okay? But then like here the outcome is that two of Pentacles reversed with the Nine of Swords. And that Two of Pentacles is saying what you were juggling, it feels like it's gonna fall. Okay? It's not being integrated very well. Come on. And because of that, you're in the Nine of Swords. You're in the anxiety. But like I said, I don't feel like this is permanent. I feel like it's a delay that you didn't see coming, and now you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done this. It's not gonna work, and this is the end. And it's like, calmate, okay, calma, because you're in your Mars in Gemini energy here. That I feel like that Nine of Wands. That's like Mars energy. That's vitality and action in this Lover's card in Gemini. It's jumping the gun. It's you know what I mean? You're tired. You got to take a minute to rest. So let's get some extra oracles here. We've got Bubo. Hi, Bubo. Another owl. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Be kind. I drew these. This is Bubo from the OG 1981 Clash of the Titans. So this is guidance, intercession, and a gift from the gods. See, what was I saying? You have to chill a minute. Okay? You're all in your head. You're doubting you're doubting your decisions, the decisions being that Gemini energy. The two of coins feels like what you were trying to do with temperance, integrate. You're trying to balance. You're trying to, um, that's what I mean about temperance. It's like mixing and pouring and okay. Oh, it reminds me of baking, and I am a terrible baker because baking is precise. Okay, if you have 1 tablespoon too much flour, it's gonna fuck it up, right? If you have 1 tablespoon less of sugar, it's gonna totally change it. That to me is the alchemy that temperance does. I'm not a baker. I can't get things so precise. But it's like you were there trying to make things very precise. And this Two of Coins is telling you that either it's taking a lot longer than you had expected, or there's a delay here. And now you're up in your head like, fuck, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. There's no saving it. I suck. This whole thing sucks. Why did I choose this? My parents were right. you know, it's stuff like that. Now we also have an angel number synchronicity. We've got 222, and it says keep the faith. It says timely and auspicious opportunities are coming. So stand strong in your personal truths. Isn't that something that the wise one was saying, or was that the stag? Stand tall, stand strong. It says, grow where you're planted, or it's just like do your best with what you got for the moment, okay? What else do we have here? That's too many. Oh, Oh, 1111, another angel number sync. Energy gateway, you are connected. A chance will be presented to change. There's a soul connection here, twin flame or soul mate. That came out right now, and we've got the lovers. See, there's something here where you're trying to, or spirit is trying to alchemize a way for these lovers to come together, but there's a delay. And I think it has to do with money. It has something to do with the earth energy, okay? It could be money, it could be career, it could be assets, it could be the financial times we're in right now. It could be somebody's waiting or for a job to pan out. It could be waiting for a bonus. It could be any small earth energy type thing, career, money. What's the 2? Taurus. So this could be the home. It could be provisions in the home. See, Capricorn is earning the money, but Taurus is like distributing it, So there could be something about the distribution of funds here that's topsy-turvy. Let's get a couple more, please, for the collective. Oh, that shuffling. It's probably loud in the mic. I apologize. And what do we have here? The Hermit. What was I just talking about earlier with the South Node in Virgo and the North Node in Pisces? We've got the Hermit here. It says look inward to the divine within, but don't stay there. Now you can, like I said, Hermit energy is going within to gain a wider perspective within yourself. Okay, Pisces is going within to gain a wider. Oh wait, Virgo. The Hermit is going within to gain higher perspective. I'm sorry, to gain a bigger. Looking at the big picture. Okay, everything all together. But Pisces is going inward to gain inner perspective. So let's see what else. So the Hermit energy here, I feel like this has to do with this Two of Cups reversed, or Two of Coins reversed, where you're kind of in your head about what's gone wrong. Okay. Okay. Luna, we've got the moon, and what are we doing? Moon is in Sagittarius right now. It says, the unconscious, the instincts, your habits, your cycles, your moods, hidden influences, and secrets. Okay, so the moon we're talking about is in Sagittarius. We're here with Temperance. Okay, the moon in Sagittarius. Let's see, should we get a couple more? Let's get a few more. So far, we've got the Hermit. We've got a gift from the gods with Bubo, guidance and intercession. What was I talking about guidance earlier? Something about guidance, right? Didn't I? Something about guidance. What was I talking about? Oh, let's keep going. Bubo the outfit. Okay, so the story with Bubo I want to address is, okay, so in Clash of the Titans, it's about Perseus. And he's got to go up against the Kraken. So Zeus, his father, commissioned the gods to send his son gifts that would help him in his fight. Okay, Hephaestus made him a helmet that made him invisible, I think, or was the cloak made him invisible or something. And then he instructed Artemis to give Perseus her familiar, her owl, like here that sits on the shoulder of the wise one here, the owl. He wanted Artemis to give Perseus her owl. And she's like, fuck that kid. Fuck that entitled little brat. I'm not giving him my bubo. So she went to Hephaestus, who was the blacksmith of the gods, and she had Hephaestus create a mechanical version, a clockwork owl, and she sent that instead to Perseus. And it symbolizes a gift from the gods, a gift of guidance, because Bubo brought guidance that only Perseus could understand, the little chirps, right? It's intercession from the gods. It's like, what's an intercession? But it's interference, a little, running interference from the gods for you. So there is something, you just got to be patient. There is a guidance and gift coming, but with the Two of Coins in reverse and you in your head not sleeping at night, it might take a minute to get there, okay? So we've got a card for growth, and that's I put one of every element here, so there's growth in all areas. It's just taking a while. Okay, and you also have a card here for a female family member. When this card, there's also one for a male family member. When one of these cards falls out of this deck, for me, it's somebody who's passed on, who's trying to come through and be guidance to you. So I would, if I were you in the collective, keep an eye on what you're dreaming, because you can run into people that have passed on in your dreams that might come forward with some information for you, some guidance or something. Okay, we'll get a couple more. We're still making good time. Okay. Get ready. It's on like Donkey Kong. There's some kind of contention coming up here. I heard you have hang on. What is that? There's a fight coming, but okay. I want to you have the opportunity to fight for something that you want, okay? It's not an all-out brawl. It's not, it's not a nuke in the family or anything. It's just there's going to be some contention and you have the opportunity to fight for something that you want or that you believe in or that you want to go towards or that you know what I mean. It's I think it has to do with the lovers, which is a choice. It's not just fighting over it's not just fighting over the person. It's fighting over the choice to make the the opportunity to make that choice. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Just get a couple more and then I'll wrap it up. There we go. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we've got Oyster. I love this card. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? Every light in this house is on. I don't know why it's recording so dark. Let me check the brightness here. Turn it up a little bit. There we go. So we've got the Oyster card. This is a gift from the divine. A gift from the divine is being prepared for you, but it's in the divine's timing. Okay, that's key because oysters take a long time to create that pearl. Okay, it's still, but look, I mean, divine timing, a gift from the divine, and you've got Boo here, which is a gift, intercession from the gods. It's coming, it's growing. Here we've got the growth card. It's growing. Get ready. It's going to be on. And then the final one we have here, this is amazing. We've got the high priestess. That's also Pisces energy. And we had the hermit here, which is Virgo energy. The high priestess is sacred knowledge. Okay, it's the divine feminine. We'll link that with the moon. Hey, Huey, come on, stop. Guardian of the subconscious, it's spiritual wisdom and high spiritual abilities. That's what we were talking about, the difference between Virgo's service to doctrine and Pisces' connection to, ma'am, Pisces' connection to God without the dogma, okay? The key that I had been getting with the High Priestess, I'll show the card, is that in the Rider-Waite deck, she sits between two pillars. One is black and one is white. And behind her is the sacred sanctuary of the Akashic records. You're not allowed to go through until you learn the lesson. I believe that the lesson she is teaching us is that the truth is somewhere in between the black and the white, because that's where she's sitting. She's sitting in between the pillar of the black and the white. And here on the conspiracy card, it's saying that the hidden truths will be revealed. Okay? And I think that part of that is to accept that the truth is somewhere in the in between. This may be like there was arguments or contention about a choice, and somebody had one way of looking at it and somebody else had another way of looking at it. You should do it this way. I don't want to fucking do it that way. I tried it that way before. It didn't work. Now I'm going to shake things up and do it my way, even if my way takes forever. Even if my way may seem stressful, I am putting the effort in and I will grow what I need. Okay? I love this. We've got the oyster, which is a gift from the divine being prepared. Then we've got growth. Then we've got the hermit going within. This is like inner growing. Oh God, inner growth. Inner growth. Okay? Growth. What am I doing? High Priestess. I will rearrange these. If you want to see what this all looks like from above, right after I post to YouTube, I post a picture of it over on Instagram. So if you want to go to the Gem 314 Tarot on Instagram, you can see what this looks like from above. You'll see all the cards as they're laid out, and you can even follow along looking at the cards with how I'm reading it, okay? I think we'll end there. I'm going to rearrange these so that they make sense here. Thanks for sticking with me. I wish I would go into I'm going to go into this a little bit more again, maybe on the 10th when the portal comes around. 1010 portal. But remember, we've got 222, keep the faith, and 1111, that's the twin flame soulmate card. You've got the lovers here, something about a new relationship, a new choice, a new love, a new direction that you can connect to is coming. It's growing slowly. There's a delay. Don't despair. Keep your head down. Keep working. Um, don't don't get discouraged and try to inhibit your own growth because it's taking a minute. You're actually being given more time here to make that growth even more substantial. Okay, so put your whole ass into it. No half-assing anything. Put your whole ass into it. You've got Mars and Gemini. Do your research. Do make sure you know what you want, and make sure, oh wait, they said make sure that you become what you need to become in order to deserve this growth and change, in order to deserve this new choice, this new um, thing that's being given to you. Which I mean, I gotta say, it might be a choice in a new relationship. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for sticking with me until I see you in the next couple days. Okay, thanks, bye.